Ah, yes, and here we see a hoarder in his natural habitat waiting for bonus drops to arrive. Welcome back to the class, everyone. Efficiency is going to be key for progressing quickly in Galaxy of Heroes, and one of the more fun ways to be efficient with our resources is by taking advantage of double drops and bonus drops when they come around by hoarding energy. So, as always, a slight disclaimer before we get into all the details of when you need to start hoarding and why you should. The details on these bonus drops, not double drops, aren't 100% confirmed. We do know more or less that we will be getting bonus drops from March 28th until March 30th. That being said, we don't have hard data on what the exact drops are going to be. The data mine that was retrieved by the event server shows these 4 characters, which are all Conquest characters, so it kind of makes sense that there is some consistency between the 4, but we really don't know how that's going to be spread out between the energies. If I had to guess, and I am guessing, so do not quote me on this, I think this is how they'll do it. Malgus I'm putting with Fleet because he's the only one of these 4 characters that is a pilot, and then the other 3 characters just actually scale really well with the list we just showed that again was from the event server, and it also is more or less the order these characters came out in. You'd have to swap Ben and Malgus, but at the same time Malgus is a pilot, so it would make sense that he's on Fleet Energy. Ultimately, if you need all 4 of these characters, you're probably better off hoarding all 4 energies. Now, what exactly is hoarding? For those of you who have not been to my channel before, not seen one of these videos, hoarding energy is when you forego spending your energy during the day and you click on here and you do these 350 crystal refreshes and each energy to stockpile energy, not spend it today, but wait until these bonus drops are available on March 28th and then spend all your 1,000 or 2,000 energy that's stockpiled to get more than you would have normally. So if that's a little bit confusing, it will eventually look a little bit something like this in the top corner here, where you'll see that my energy is not only full, but it's actually overloaded, and you can do that by purchasing extra crystal refreshes. Now, they do have limits, which is why this video is coming out today. The normal energy will only go up to about 2,000, and then the other 3 energies can go up to 1,000. We'll talk a little bit more about that when I talk about what days and exactly when you need to start. Now, one of the things that I do want to address, and I could just tell you that Proving Ground characters or Conquest characters that we just looked at, they're good value, so you should just be hoarding. I could tell you that, but I'd rather actually show you the numbers behind why that's true. So a Conquest shard, to be able to get a hold of them, they're very expensive, and one of the cheaper ways to do it is by refreshing Proving Grounds. If you refresh Proving Grounds at 2,200 crystals per attempt, you will get an extra 20 shards. That is essentially meaning that each shard of a Conquest character is worth 110 crystals. Now, if we are going to assume that these bonus drops are going to scale with energy, and for every 100 energy spent, so a 1% drop rate, you will get 1 shard. That means that hoarding, at least for normal energy, will profit you 21 shards by the end of this, which would be the equivalent of 2,300 crystals based off of that math. Now, the reason why I bring all of this up is because when you forgo spending that energy for the days leading up to the actual event, you're actually going to be burning energy, and burning that energy is going to cost you, because if you want to recoup that energy to spend on Kairos or what have you, you are going to need to spend extra crystal refreshes. I've done that math for you as well. You're going to be out about 720 energy. If you divide that by 120, that's 6 crystal refreshes. If you're having to do 100 crystal refresh on top of your 50s to be able to catch up, it is overall going to cost you 600. Meaning, if you hoard normal energy and we get a drop rate of 1%, you are still going to profit 1,700 crystals. You might be able to adjust that a little bit, assuming that you would have to refresh a hard node character that you were farming or 2, but at the end of the day, 1,700 is a big number that will more than account for that. So if you didn't really follow or understand much of that, basically, Conquest shards are really valuable, and it's very, very unlikely that hoarding for these, assuming you actually need the character, is going to burn you in the long run when it comes to efficiency. So now that we've explained what hoarding is, why you should be doing it, we need to talk about the actual days and the amounts at which you need to start. Now, hoarding has become a lot more simplified due to some recent changes to energy, but there is one new complication that I actually have never had to address until now. There is a very special Galaxy of Heroes web store site out there that has some promotions where every single day it is going to offer you a 100 energy that you can also stockpile. So what you have in front of you are two different ways to hoard. On the left-hand side here, this is if you do not have access to the web store and that Kessel run, and the right side is if you do. For reference, this is what it looks like. You will go into store.galaxyofheroes at starwars.ea.com. You will go to view details here, and once per day, which I've already done it today, so I have to wait another 18 hours, I can claim 100 energy purely by logging in on a mobile device or PC. So you don't even necessarily have to have a computer to do this. You just have to have the web store set up to get that bonus energy. Because if you get that bonus energy, that extra 100 per day, you will actually be able to start by hoarding less normal energy in the very beginning, because you are going to accumulate faster than you would if you did not have access. At any rate, these are the numbers we want to aim for all 4 energy types. Now, one thing that I will throw out there is if you do hoard all 4 energy types, you will actually not be able to complete your 600, and not only will your guild be mad at you, but you will also not complete dailies. So you are going to have to kind of pick and choose here which energies you want to use. I don't really want to comment further on that because we don't exactly know which character is going to be going to which dedicated energy. So that is going to be, as the kids would say, a you problem, and you'll have to ultimately figure out if you want to listen to the random guesses I made about which character is going to be there, or if you just, you know, you have a lot of hard nodes, so you just spend your normal energy and you'll focus on the other 3. But at any rate, these are the numbers you need to end at these days. So if it is the end of March 25th, you need to have 309 Cantina, Mod, and Fleet energy all ready to go, regardless of which hoarding variation you're doing, and then follow the other numbers for normal energy. So also, one other thing that if you're a little bit confused about when we're releasing this, I am releasing this earlier than usual because I realize we have some people that are outside of the United States that not only play the game, but also watch my videos. So hopefully, if you are in a very different time zone, this should give you enough time to be able to hoard even normal energy if you are so inclined. So that is going to be it for today's video. Happy hoarding, and hopefully you will get a lot of those very nice Conquest and or Proving Ground shards. But until the next time, thank you for watching, and stay awesome.